Okay, in this video, I'm going to cover collab users, what they mean in our system, and how to add them to a lead. So when you import your leads, you may want to import your leads and then also share these leads with additional users. When I mean share, you never lose visibility in the leads that you bring into the system. If you want a support rep or internal rep or inside sales and outside sales to have access to the same lead, what you're going to want to do is add in a collab user. And to add a collab user, there's two ways of doing it. One, you can do it in this bulk view. So if I were to select all these leads, I can click on the collabs icon. And when I click on the collabs icon, I'm going to see all my users that I have access to where I can add them to this lead. So if I add James Gordon here, if I select James Gordon, hit add user, that's going to assign James to all these leads. And so in his view, when they go to leads, they will see the same leads that you see. You never lose visibility in your leads. This is very helpful if you're marketing or a system admin and you're importing leads and you want then to assign them to another user. You can do that. But again, you don't lose access to it. The only time you wouldn't have access to it is if you actually went into their account or they imported leads in their own leads, right? So this is the only time they would actually see any leads that are shared is when you apply a collab user. So in this case, I can apply James all these leads by just hitting add user. So I can select that. And now James is associated with every lead within here. So if I were to go into James' account, so if I go over here to users and I click on James, and now when I come over to leads, James is a support rep, doesn't have access to CRM. So why don't I just give him access to CRM real quick? User roles, support user roles, and let's add CRM, and that's good enough just for this example. So let me go back to James and I'm going to go into his account. And so now James has the leads tab. If I click on leads, I now have access to all the same leads, right? So collab users here, James, obviously, I can go into this lead and I can see all the activity that has happened because I'm added as a collab user to this lead. And so I can work. So all my activity, if I send a text message, it's going out as my VoIP line, which this user doesn't have one set up yet. Any phone calls I place is my phone line, and so it saves my record and my recording. Any task and activities assigned to me, so I can work this lead as well with my original account, having a bird's eye view, or we're co-working this lead itself. So again, collab users are just assigning somebody to the lead in addition to yourself. And at that point, you're able to, again, select all your leads that you want. Maybe you filtered, maybe you imported a specific data form and you applied some filters, and now you can select all those leads or select one at a time, hit the add collab, and you can add your user. Now, if you're inside a lead, maybe you have a lead, you placed a phone call, you qualified an opportunity. At this point, you want to schedule a follow-up to your outside salespeople, maybe. Or schedule a meeting with somebody else. Maybe you have closers who only work on closed opportunities. So you can come in here and schedule your follow-up task and assign it to the next user. Before you do that, you're going to want to add them as a collab user. And so to do that, in this drop down over here, you'll have add collab. So you hit add collab, you'll select that next user, and I'll select Alfred Pennyworth and hit add user. Now Alfred is getting a notification that they've been assigned to a lead, and it shows up in their leads view. This notification only goes out if you do it within here. So if you do it in the bulk actions, of course, we don't want to send 100 emails out saying, hey, you got assigned to 100 different emails. So they do get a notification here directly within the system when you sign here. Other than that, when you're doing it in bulk action, you just, obviously let them know, hey, I've loaded up some leads for you. You have access to them now. So within here, they have, they get a notification that they've received a new lead. They can access this lead. Then you can schedule a task for them and add them as the assignee. And now you both have visibility into the lead. And so again, the example with inside sales, if I'm, qualifying a lead and I'm scheduling an appointment with one of my outside sales closers, I can assign that lead to that outside salesperson as a collab user, schedule a task and follow up. But me as inside sales can always go in and see the lead and see what's happening and see what the opportunity is being created from the leads that I generate.